It was difficult for me to tell my story to the doctors. As I mentioned before, I had always felt as though I didn't have the right to feel traumatized. After all, my abuser had not penetrated me. Which meant that, legally, I had not actually been raped. A pivotal moment for me was the fact that my psychologist told me that this distinction was irrelevant. I had been forced to undergo sexual acts against my will. He had held me down with his arm while I struggled, rubbing himself off, procuring an orgasm from my body without my consent. I could still feel the continued beating of his fist against my most sensitive body parts. It was rough. After I'd had to suppress these memories for all these years, I now had to evoke them and force myself to go through every physical and emotional sensation I'd experienced at the time. I cried every time. I only got 3 EMDR sessions, spread out over 3 months in total. The doctors told me there were other people suffering from more severe cases. These were therefore prioritized at the care center. Ultimately, I had only been molested for a week, whereas others had experienced prolonged sexual assault for several months or even years. These were victims who had been raped from birth by their own relatives, or been forced into prostitution and violated by hundreds or thousands of different men. These 3 hours of treatment did not turn out to be enough for me. However, since this was the amount of therapy they had allotted to me, I figured I had simply reached some plateau. I thought further therapy would no longer help me.